Welcome back, students. Very good evening to all of you. I hope you enjoyed the last session of PYQ 2024. As you see, in last class I have dealt all those questions in very detailed manner. We have dealt 10 questions in last video. So in today's class we will be dealing more questions. That is how you can get to know an idea, right? जैसे कि last class में I have dealt questions and I have also dealt all those options given in the question paper. So while solving all those questions and dealing in a detailed manner about those 4 options given in every question, you will get an idea that what kind of question you can be asked in next exam, like in upcoming exam of CUET 2025. That is why I have mentioned in last class as well that while solving all these PYQs, you will have to be very careful, okay? You will have to be very focused. That is how you can keep in your mind all those facts, all those sections, all those portions which are not actually mentioned in your syllabus provided by NTA. So I hope all those questions are clear. If question will be asked to you in next exam, in upcoming exam, you will tackle that question, you will correct that question, and you will be provided, you will be rewarded 4 marks, right? So let's start the session of today. We are going to start PYQ from 11 questions. Like in last video I dealt 10 questions in detailed manner. Today I am going to start as you can see on the screen, the question that select the traditional definition of the ballad from the following, right? It's ballad. Student, it's ballad. As you know, it's a kind of genre of poetry. It's a type of poetry. Very easy question. As you know, the level of exam of 2024 exam was moderate to tough. So this question you can consider as an easy question. Like you will have to answer the question. It is asking you to definition of ballad. What kind of ballad you have read, just let me know in the comment box. That is how I can know more about you. So in your options it has mentioned ballad is a long lyric poem that is serious in subject and treatment, elevated in style and elaborate in its stanza, a song transmitted orally, 10 syllable in story. Third and fourth option also you can read. It's very easy question. I know you all have studied ballad in your UG program. Student, from here you can expect question in your upcoming exam that you can be asked which are most famous, which are popular ballad in English literature, or you can be asked question from separate literary periods of British literature, even contemporary literature, even Indian English writing, and also in another way you will be provided 4 options, 4 examples of different genres of poetry, and you will be asked that figure out which is an example of ballad, right? So these various kinds of question you can expect in your upcoming exam. I hope you are getting me, student. So ballad, you know, it is a song transmitted orally. This question you can solve, I hope. Let's move to the another question because it's very easy. Ballad. Here I can suggest you that go through all those popular ballads in English literature, because next time you can be asked questions from popular ballad, who has written this particular ballad, right? This kind of question also can be asked. Like you will be given 4 options, and in those 4 options you will be provided famous ballads, right? And you will be asked that who is the author of this particular ballad. So go through this ballad. As already I have mentioned when I was dealing syllabus in detail, like you will have to go through 8 genre provided by NTA in literature in detailed manner, in thorough manner. I hope you will read this. You will get to know various kinds of ballad. Let's jump to the another question on your screen, and it's about Jane Austen. I hope student, many of you like Jane Austen. Many of you consider Jane Austen as your favorite author. Anyway, match the Jane Austen novels. It is a kind of match of the following, as you can see clearly. One side in the box you have Jane Austen's novel, and another side you have the heroine of her particular novels. Now you have to match the particular novels to the particular heroine, associated particular heroine, main protagonist, main heroine of the novel. In your box you have novels like Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion, Northanger Abbey, also Mansfield Park. I hope student, one student has commented in last video that font is not clear. I'll take care of it from next time, from this session, right? Don't worry for that. Or one student also has raised this question that he is not getting me because I don't speak in Hindi. तो student, मैं आपके इस सेशन में हिंदी इंग्लिश, इवन लास्ट सेशन में भी मैंने हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों लैंग्वेज यूज़ करके पढ़ाया है. अगर आपको बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम है तो आप मुझे वहाँ पे कमेंट करके पूछ सकते हो, या फिर जो हमारा ऑफिशियल नंबर है, यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट टू दैट नंबर. आई विल ट्राई माई बेस्ट टू मेक यू क्लैरिफाई ऑल दीज फैक्ट्स, ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस, what I am studying, what I am teaching, and what I'm trying to make you aware about the facts in live class, right? So यहाँ पे आपके 4 नॉवेल्स हैं, जैसा कि मैंने कहा जेन ऑस्टिन का. लेट्स नो अबाउट जेन ऑस्टिन एंड हर नॉवेल्स. स्टूडेंट, आपको जेन ऑस्टिन के नॉवेल्स के बारे में पढ़ना है, क्योंकि ये सारे नॉवेल्स मेजर वर्क्स हैं जेन ऑस्टिन के. और क्वेश्चन आप देख सकते हो कि जब आप नॉवेल्स नहीं पढ़ोगे, अगर कोई स्टूडेंट इन नॉवेल्स को नहीं पढ़ा होगा तो उसे कैसे पता चलेगा कि कौन सी हीरोइन किस नॉवेल में, किस नॉवेल से एसोसिएटेड है, कौन सी हीरोइन किस नॉवेल में है कि नहीं? आई थिंक, आई होप यू आर गेटिंग मी स्टूडेंट माई पॉइंट. So let's know more about Jane Austen. You know, Jane Austen's lifespan is from 1775 to 1817, and she is one of the most popular English novelists born in Hampshire in the year 1775. Her novels, why she is so popular? Why many students of literature start to feel a kind of connection with the novels of Jane Austen? Because the reason is she has given a point of view of middle class family in provincial town. You can feel the, actually you can know more about middle class families mindset, and also circumstances there in middle class family. That is why Jane Austen is so relatable. Many students of literature can relate with the novels of Jane Austen. And the first novel, the most important novel written by Jane Austen, that is Sense and Sensibility, appeared in 1811. Student, I strictly recommend you to go through these novels written by Jane Austen in detailed manner. At least you should have knowledge about the summary of these novels by Austen, because in any exam of English literature, they broadly ask questions from major authors, major works, and also if they will raise any deep questions, so for correcting that particular question, that thorough question, you have to know the characters, right? You should have an idea about the plots. Are you getting me? That is why just go through these novels. Sense and Sensibility, it appeared under the pseudonym A Lady. This question also can be asked to you in upcoming exam. Remember this fact from here, that Jane Austen's novel Sense and Sensibility appeared under the pseudonym of Jane Austen, that is A Lady, right? It is a work of romantic fiction. She is romantic. Jane Austen belonged to romantic period, but her writing style was different. Her writing style is different from romantic era, right? So it is an example of Sense and Sensibility is an example of romantic fiction, and also better known as a comedy of manners. It portrays the life and lovers of Dashwood sisters. Remember this major character, Dashwood sisters. If you will go through the novels, you will get an idea about the characters, about the story, events and plot, and also undoubtedly conclusions. Sense in the book means good judgment, and sensibility means sensitivity, emotionality. Sense, you can relate sense it to your mind, to your logic, to your reason, and sensibility to your heart, to your emotion, right? Pride and Prejudice, the other important novel by Austen, came in 1813. Original title of Pride and Prejudice is First Impression. This is again important point you can take from here student. मैं options को detailed में क्यों deal कर रही हूँ? I hope you are familiar behind the purpose of dealing all these options in detailed manner. इसलिए क्योंकि आप expect कर सकते हो कि आपके आने वाले CUET 2025 एग्जाम में कौन सा क्वेश्चन इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक से आ सकता है. दे कैन रेज अदर क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द गिवन ऑप्शंस, फ्रॉम द गिवन ऑथर्स एंड फ्रॉम द गिवन क्वेश्चंस. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम डीलिंग, राइट. आपको पर्पस जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है, वरना आप मिस इंटरप्रेट कर सकते हो. तो आई होप स्टूडेंट, आई बिलीव इन योर स्ट्रेंथ, आई बिलीव इन योर हार्ड वर्क, दैट यू will go through all these PYQ series in very detailed manner. You will be very careful while watching these series, and of course I believe in you, so I wish that you may you get your dream university, right? So let's know more about Pride and Prejudice. Here only I have mentioned factual points, right? Factual points, because in this series, in PYQ series, I cannot deal each and every novel in detailed manner. I cannot teach any particular novel in detail. So only I have mentioned an important I have mentioned important points related to the novel. So this fact, first impression, you will have to remember that the original title of the novel Pride and Prejudice, written by Jane Austen, is First Impression, and the heroine of Pride and Prejudice is Elizabeth Bennet. As you can see the question that आपको मैच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग में क्या करना है, पर्टिकुलर जो नॉवेल्स है उस नॉवेल से एसोसिएटेड जो हीरोइंस हैं उसको मैच करना है, ठीक है. तो आपके प्राइड एंड प्रेजुडिस में जो मेन हीरोइन है वो है एलिजाबेथ बेनेट. जॉनरा कैसा है, नॉवेल्स ऑफ मैनर्स या सटायर. Although about these literary genres we will be dealing in detail in our paid batch. It is also a romantic novel by Austen, published anonymously in 3 volumes in 1813. The novel opens with the line, and this is very popular line in English literature. Even many times they have asked question from here that this particular quotation, this particular opening line is there in which novel of English literature. Remember the opening line, that it is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man is in possession of a good fortune, must be in want of a wife. ठीक, जो ये पर्टिकुलर ओपनिंग लाइन है ये बहुत फेमस है, आपको आप याद हो गया होगा, इवन आपने पढ़ा भी होगा. इस क्वेश्चन से, इस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन से बहुत बार ये क्वेश्चन, इस स्टेटमेंट से बहुत बार क्वेश्चन आ भी चुका है. याद रखिएगा ये जो ओपनिंग लाइन है वो प्राइड एंड प्रेजुडिस का है, ठीक है. प्राइड एंड प्रेजुडिस का ओपनिंग लाइन है, इट इज़ अ ट्रूथ यूनिवर्सली एक्नॉलेज्ड दैट अ सिंगल मैन इन पोजेशन ऑफ अ गुड फॉर्च्यून मस्ट बी इन अ वांट ऑफ वाइफ. Another important fact you can take from here in your notebook. Other important thing that Pride and Prejudice, the particular title has been taken from passage in Fanny Burney's popular novel, that is Cecilia. Another important point student, these 3 questions can be expected from Pride and Prejudice in upcoming exam. आपको यहाँ से 3 points मिलता है. पहला point कि original title क्या है, प्राइड एंड प्रेजुडिस का ओपनिंग लाइन क्या है, और तीसरा ये जो टाइटल है प्राइड एंड प्रेजुडिस का वो कहाँ से लिया गया, सोर्स क्या है, टाइटल का सोर्स क्या है। तो टाइटल का सोर्स याद रखना, फैनी बर्नेस का पॉपुलर नॉवेल है सिसिलिया, फ्रॉम देयर द टाइटल प्राइड एंड प्रेजुडिस हैज बीन टेकन बाय जेन ऑस्टिन। आई होप दिस पर्टिकुलर नॉवेल, few basic important facts are clear to you. Let's know about more novel, that Mansfield Park. Just go through this novel, you will get an idea. And heroine is Fanny Price. Emma, everyone's favorite, Emma 1815. She said Emma is a heroine. Jane Austen herself has acclaimed this, that Emma is a heroine whom no one but myself will much like Jane Austen herself, like the author herself is claiming that Emma such a heroine whom Jane Austen loves the most, like the most. Another novel, of course the main heroine is Emma. Northanger Abbey. It came in the year 1817 and heroine of this particular novel is Catherine Morland. यहाँ इस particular detailed explanation से student आपको 4-5 बातों की जानकारी मिलती है, जिसमें आपको जेन ऑस्टिन के बारे में पता चला। अगर जेन ऑस्टिन से क्वेश्चन आएगा आपके एग्जाम में तो आप करेक्ट करोगे। जेन ऑस्टिन का जो मेजर वर्क्स है जो आपके सिलेबस में मेंशन्ड है, और जो मेजर वर्क्स के मेन हीरोइन है, मेन इवेंट है, कहाँ से टाइटल, सोर्स ऑफ टाइटल क्या है, कहाँ से लिया गया है, और जो फर्स्ट टाइटल है, जो ओरिजिनल टाइटल है वो क्या है, ये सारी चीज़ें आपको यहाँ पे सीखने को मिल रही है। और इसके अलावा आई एम रिकमेंडिंग यू टू गो थ्रू ऑल दीज नॉवेल्स इन डिटेल्ड मैनर, यू विल एंजॉय फॉर श्योर। So another novel, Persuasion. Everybody might have heard, everybody know. Persuasion came in the year 1817, and Northanger Abbey and Persuasion are the novels which were published after the death of Jane Austen. Heroine of the novel Persuasion is Anne Elliot. Now I hope you are able to match the question that has been asked in your exam, that who are the heroines. Pride and Prejudice, you have seen now, Persuasion, Northanger Abbey and Mansfield Park. So match the following and comment in the comment there in the comment box. Okay student, I hope this question is also clear to you. Let's move to the other question of the session. The other question on your screen is, arrange the following events in order of their occurrence in Charlotte Bronte, Jane Eyre. Very important, one of the masterpiece ever produced by Charlotte Bronte, one of the Bronte's sister. As you know, Anne Bronte, Charlotte Bronte and also Emily Bronte. Charlotte Bronte's representative work, or you can say the masterpiece, is Jane Eyre. I recommend you to go through this particular novel by Bronte, Charlotte Bronte, in detailed manner. Just go through this. That is how you can relate, you can know, you can come to know the events of the story, that which order, which event has occurred first and which event came in the last, right? Jane Eyre, Charlotte Bronte. Here one more important thing student, which has been asked in your exam, that what is the pen name of Charlotte Bronte? Remember always, it's Currer Bell, right? It's Currer Bell. Currer Bell is the pen name of Charlotte Bronte, one of the Bronte's sister. Just go through this particular novel, particular book by Charlotte Bronte, Jane Eyre, then just solve these questions, right? In this series I cannot make you aware about the story events, although I can say, like, I can tell you that which event occurred first, but I am willing that you should read first this novel, then of course you will be able to relate, you will get to know which event occurred the first, right? इसके बहाने भी आप इस नॉवेल को पढ़ोगे कि मैम ने सेशन में इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व नहीं कराया था, मैम ने नहीं बताया था ऑप्शन, तो हम पढ़ के देखते हैं कौन सा इवेंट पहले आता है, कौन सा इवेंट बाद में आता है, ठीक है। अगेन वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन ऑन योर स्क्रीन स्टूडेंट। आई नो कि आप सभी को पता होगा, एवरीबडी नोज दिस बिकॉज इट्स वेरी बेसिक इन इंग्लिश लिटरेचर, दैट व्हाट्स द राइम स्कीम ऑफ पेट्रार्कन सोनेट। इट्स राइम स्कीम, ओके। व्हाट इज द राइम स्कीम ऑफ this? I'll work on font, okay. I'll tell to technical team to put bold font here. That is how these fonts are visible to you guys. So again, easy question. I think this question doesn't deserve any kind of explanation. You know, there are two popular types of sonnet: Petrarchan sonnet and Shakespearean sonnet. On your screen, question has been asked from Petrarchan sonnet. So you know, student, octave and sestet. This is the structure of octave and sestet. This is the structure of this Petrarchan sonnet. And also Shakespearean sonnet, you have quatrains and couplet, right? Three quatrains and couplet, right? And of course you know that sonnet contains 14 lines. So you can imagine you can see the options like AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF, G, G. It's very obvious. It's a Shakespearean sonnet. You can see 3 quatrains and 1 couplet. 3 quatrains and 1 couplet, and Petrarchan sonnet, octave and sestet. So again, it's very easy question. Let's move to the other question, that is, match the following Indian writing in English in list 1 with their respective authors in list 2. One side you have given book and other side is the author. Books are the name of books are Desirable Daughters, That Long Silence, The Inheritance of Loss, and of course The Artist of Disappearance. One side the names of authors have been mentioned: Kiran Desai, Anita Desai, Bharti Mukherjee and Shashi Deshpande. Now you have to know about these authors in deep, because questions you can expect from these authors. These are very influential authors of Indian writing in English. So let's know about Kiran Desai. After knowing about these authors, we will solve this question. Now you can notice, student, I am not solving only question, I am also dealing these options, okay, and about the author as well in very deep manner, in very detailed manner. That is how in upcoming exam you don't miss your any question which I have taught, right? So Kiran Desai, the first author. Kiran Desai is Indian novelist, you all know, daughter of Anita Desai, and the most important, the most prominent novel written by her, written by Desai, is The Inheritance of Loss. Go through this novel as well, this book as well, The Inheritance of Loss. आपको लग रहा होगा कि मैम बहुत ज़्यादा बुक रिकमेंड कर रही हैं स्टूडेंट्स। ये सारे बुक, ये सारे जो वर्क्स हैं, मेजर वर्क्स हैं इंग्लिश लिटरेचर के, और ये सारे मेजर वर्क्स आपके एग्जाम में पूछे जाएंगे। डैट इज़ वाई आई क्लेम्ड कि इस PYQ सीरीज से 20-30 क्वेश्चंस पूछा जाएगा, इसलिए मैं इतने डिटेल्ड मैनर में इतना टाइम लेके सॉल्व करा रही हूँ। तो इस बुक को आप पढ़ना, द इनहेरिटेंस ऑफ लॉस, which won 2006 Man Booker Prize and also National Book Critics Circle Fiction Award. This question also can be asked to you: which novel of Kiran Desai won Booker Prize, Man Booker Prize in Literature? Or in another way, you can be asked that in which year Kiran Desai won Man Booker Prize for her novel The Inheritance of Loss. Remember, in the year 2006, Kiran Desai won Man Booker Prize for the book The Inheritance of Loss. And her first novel, that is Hullabaloo in the Guava Orchard, it's also important, published in 1998 and received appreciations from different major personalities of Indian writing in English like Salman Rushdie. Her second book is The Inheritance of Laws, which is very famous. In your option also The Inheritance of Laws is here, so you can match The Inheritance of Laws to Kiran Desai. Let's know about other authors and other works. That is how you will be able to match this question. Match in the box. Anita Desai, she is on the advisory board of the Lalit Kala Academy, one of the most reputed, respectable academy of English literature, and fellow of the Royal Society of London. She was awarded with Sahitya Academy Award in the year 1978 for the novel Fire and Mountain. Fire and Mountain also you will have to read. She considers Clear Light of the Day her most autobiographical work. This point you can take from here, student. You can be asked which आपके पास 4 ऑप्शंस रहेगा 4 नॉवेल्स का अनीता देसाई के द्वारा, और पूछा जाएगा कि अनीता देसाई का कौन सा नॉवेल ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल है. रिमेंबर, जो इनका क्लियर लाइट ऑफ द डे है, पर्टिकुलर नॉवेल साउंड्स वेरी ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल, राइट? It's said during her coming of age and also in the same neighborhood in which she grew up. Major works written by Anita Desai, you can see The Artist of Disappearing. The Artist of Disappearing is also there in your question, in your box. The Artist of Disappearance, it is there by Anita Desai. So rest, That Long Silence also you can know Shashi Deshpande, although we will deal about Shashi Deshpande. And Desirable Daughters, of course, by Bharti Mukherjee. I hope student this question is clear to you. ऐसा ही क्वेश्चन आपके CUET 2025 में भी आएगा. अगर आपको अच्छे से पता होगा किस मेजर ऑथर्स ने किस मेजर वर्क्स को लिखा है, तो आप क्वेश्चन ऑब्वियसली करेक्ट करोगे और 4 मार्क्स पाओगे. तो अनीता देसाई के वर्क्स के बारे में हम पढ़ रहे थे कि ये सारे वर्क्स उनके इम्पॉर्टेंट वर्क्स हैं. द आर्टिस्ट ऑफ डिसअपियरिंग, शी हैज़ रिटेन मेनी कलेक्शंस ऑफ short stories like The Zigzag Way, Diamond Dust and Other Story, Fasting Fisting. This particular novel has been divided into 2 parts. One part is there, one part deals the scenario, the place, you can say space about India. Another part is about America, right? Main characters are Uma and Arun. Just go through this novel as well, Fasting Fisting by Anita Desai. You can see another novels, another major works by Desai are Journey to Ithaca, Baumgartner Bombay, In Custody, again very important novel. This novel set in India, and also it focuses, In Custody, the particular novel focuses on the decline of Urdu language in India. Main character is Devant Sharma. As you know student, I have mentioned main character क्योंकि आपके एग्जाम में पूछा जाएगा आपसे, तो मैं रिपीटेडली कह रही हूँ. तो आप फोकस करना, आप क्लास को अच्छे से देखना. क्लास के बाद जो भी रिकमेंड कर रही हूँ, जिस भी बुक्स को पढ़ने के लिए, आप पढ़िएगा. आपके एग्ज़ाम में क्वेश्चंस जो भी आएंगे आपको इजी लगेगा अगर आप अच्छे से ऑनेस्टली पढ़ाई किए हुए रहेंगे तो. Another important novel, The Village by the Sea, main character Leela, Clear Light of the Day. These novels you should read, you will enjoy. I hope Anita Desai is clear to you student. She has also written a very important book, very important novel, that is Cry the Peacock, Voices in the City, Bye Bye Blackbird, The Peacock Garden, Fire on the Mountain, Games at Twilight, also Where Shall We Go This Summer. All these works by Anita Desai are very important. Just go through all these works. And 2024 के अलावा 2024 से पहले जो क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए हैं एमए इंग्लिश के एग्ज़ाम में, आप उसको देखिए कि कैसे कैसे क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए हैं इन ऑथर से. Another author mentioned in your box, math box, is Bharti Mukherjee. Bharti Mukherjee, who was born in the year 1940, died in the year 2017, and she was American-Canadian writer best known for her work Jasmine. Jasmine is very important work written by Bharti Mukherjee, and you know student, that long silence is by whom? Shashi Deshpande. I am recommending you to read Shashi Deshpande's That Long Silence as well. Jaya is the protagonist of that particular novel, That Long Silence. Okay, and Bharti Mukherjee's novel, that is Jasmine, very popular work. Let's know, let's do other question. See, this question is from literary terms. So in last class when I was dealing syllabus, I recommended a book popularly known as M.H. Abrams book. ठीक है, तो मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि आप सभी स्टूडेंट के पास M.H. एब्रम्स होगा। तो लिटरेरी टर्म्स के जितने भी एग्जाम्पल हैं बहुत बार क्वेश्चन में उस बुक से डायरेक्ट पूछते हैं। तो M.H. एब्रम्स को आप बहुत केयरफुली पढ़िए, बहुत अच्छे से पढ़िए और रिपीटेडली पढ़िए ऑन रेगुलर बेसिस, राइट। सिमिली, allusion, antithesis, metaphor. You have a quote given in your question that on and on, now east, now west, on the poor thread that once had been our drive. Sometimes I thought it lost, but it appeared again, beneath a fallen tree perhaps, or struggling on the other side of muddy ditch created by winter rains. And in this quote from Daphne du Maurier, read about this particular author and Rebecca, this particular book, because next time में पूछ सकते हैं क्या पता. What figure of speech is deployed when the driveway is called the poor thread? The poor thread. अचानक से डायरेक्टली कोई डायरेक्टली आपको पूछा जा रहा है कि द पुअर थ्रेड इस कोट में है, वो किस लिटरेरी टर्म का एग्जाम्पल है. यू नो सिमिली में कंपैरिजन होता है एज और लाइक से. अल्यूजन यू नो कि रेफरेंशियल होता है, हिडन मीनिंग होता है. एंटीथेसिस अपोजिट होगा लेकिन जो स्ट्रक्चर होगा वो पैरेललिज्म का होगा. और मेटाफर में डायरेक्ट जो इंसेटिव है वो गिवन है द पुअर थ्रेड, तो ऑब्वियसली ये मेटाफर होगा. ऑल्दो लेट्स नो अबाउट दिस लिटरेरी टर्म्स इन डिटेल, ऑल्दो इट्स क्वाइट इजी क्वेश्चन, बट स्टिल I have explained. Simile, you know, a comparison between two distinctly different things in explicit manner, and also it is separated by the word. It is the comparison by the words like and as. It's important. I hope this font is visible to you students. As Robert Burns' very important example I have mentioned here, that is, oh my loves like red red rose. Many times they have asked this particular line in exam. This particular line is an example of which literary term? Remember, it's example of simile, because here like you can see comparison of two different things in explicit manner by using the term like and as is commonly known as simile. Okay, so and another you can see the another literary terms given here, that is allusion. Allusion is a passing reference or hidden meaning. It's kind of referential literary term. So passing reference without explicit identification to a literary or history person, place, event, or to another literary work or passages. You can see the example. I have mentioned this example because in your exam direct this particular example can be asked. It is the line by Thomas Nash, one of the university wit. You will study in British literature, that litany in time of plague. He has mentioned, brightness falls from the air, queens have died young and fair, dust hath closed Helen's eyes. Here Helen is referential and Helen is signifying, Helen is signifying Helen of Troy, right? So there's hidden meaning in this literary term. It's referential, that is why it is known as allusion. I hope this example you won't forget, and the main point related to allusion also you won't forget, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही important literary terms student. Anyway, अपने paid batch में मैं और detailed manner में पढ़ाऊँगी और बहुत सारे example दूँगी important authors से. हेलेन ऑफ ट्रॉय रेफरेंशियल है, इसलिए allusion है. नेक्स्ट आपका आता है एंटीथेसिस. यू नो अ कॉन्ट्रास्ट एंटीथेसिस एज टाइटल इटसेल्फ इज सजेस्टिंग अ काइंड ऑफ कॉन्ट्रास्ट, अपोजिशन, ओके, इन द मीनिंग ऑफ contiguous phrases or clauses that manifest parallelism, right? You can see the example, very easy example. Love is an ideal thing, marriage is a real thing. See, opposition is there, but still these two clauses are parallel to each other. Love is an ideal thing, but marriage is a real thing. The first example, marriage has many pains, but celibacy has no pleasures. Pain and pleasure. See, pain and pleasure, contrast and also parallelism. Contrast and parallelism both are there in antithesis. So I hope this question is clear to you. So obviously the option 4 is correct, that metaphor, the poor thread is an example of metaphor. Student, I recommend you to study M.H. Abrams' book, okay, very carefully, and revives it on regular basis. Other question on your screen is 17. In T.S. Eliot's seminal poem, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, very important, very popular poem by T.S. Eliot. Go through this poem. And another poem, The Wasteland, okay, modernist poem written by modernist writer T.S. Eliot. You can get to know the themes like integration, alienated character, identity crisis, all these kinds of elements are there in these poems. Read The Love Song of Alfred Prufrock and The Wasteland as well. So in Seminel's work, see, this question is again related to literary terms. These literary terms are mentioned: metonymy, paradox, synecdoche, and also alliteration. So in this poem, the line has mentioned, I should have been a pair of ragged cloths scuttling across the floors of silent seas. Identify the speech. You know, just read this line again. I should have been a pair of ragged cloths scuttling across the floors of silent seas. Alliteration, you can notice here alliteration. You might have heard, you might have studied about alliteration and assonance, student, right? Read these from M.H. Abrams, alliteration and assonance, repetition of consonant sounds and repetitions of vowel sounds on frequent basis. Let's know about metonymy, paradox and synecdoche. Then you will be able to solve this question. Again, it's you can consider this question again, it's an easy question. So metonymy, the act of referring to something, like the White House, we always refer for US president, referring something by the name of something else that is closely connected with it. Metonymy, जैसे कि कोई किसी चीज़ को संबोधित करना होता है, एड्रेस करना होता है, तो हम किसी पर्टिकुलर फ्रेज का यूज करते हैं, उसे मेटोनिमी कहते हैं. जैसे यहाँ एग्जाम्पल में दिया है, व्हाइट हाउस का यूज किसके लिए हो रहा है? यूएस प्रेसिडेंट के लिए. नेक्स्ट लिटरेरी टर्म आपका पैराडॉक्स है. एज द टाइटल इटसेल्फ इज सजेस्टिंग, पैराडॉक्सिकल है. जैसे किसी कैरेक्टर को हम कहते हैं ना कि वो बहुत पैराडॉक्सिकल है, मतलब कि वो बहुत ही अपोजिशन में बात करता है, राइट? सो स्टेटमेंट दैट इज सीमिंगली कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी और अपोज टू कॉमन सेंस एंड परहैप्स इट इज ट्रू. जो कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी होता है, अपोजिशंस में होता है. इसके पहले हमने क्या पढ़ा था? एंटीथेसिस. नाउ स्टूडेंट, यू विल एनालाइज, यू कैन सी द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एंटीथेसिस and also paradox. So the example which I have mentioned here, that it is the beginning of an end. See how contradictory the statement is. Beginning means क्या होता है? शुरुआत, end, अंत. See the example, it is the beginning of an end. How contradictory the statement is, but at the same time it is true as well, it is right as well. So contradictory but right at the same time is known as paradox. I hope if question will be asked from paradox, from this particular literary term, you will tackle that question in a right manner. Another literary term is here synecdoche. It is also a figure of speech which a part is made to represent the whole or vice versa. For example, in cricket match we always say England lost by 10 wickets. England means what? This particular phrase, England, shows what? In cricket match, England is like cricket team. It broadly shows the cricket team. That is why it is an example of synecdoche. The another literary term you have, that is alliteration, is a literary device that involves more words that appear and close together and also have the same initial stressed consonant syllables. अलिट्रेशन में क्या होता है? कॉन्सोनेंट, स्ट्रेस्ड कॉन्सोनेंट सिलेबल्स होता है, असोनेंट्स में वॉवेल्स होता है, ठीक है, लाइक गुड ग्रीफ, रेड रोज. और आप अपने इस लाइन में भी देख सकते हो, आई शुड हैव बीन अ पेयर ऑफ रैग क्लॉज स्कटलिंग अक्रॉस द फ्लोर्स ऑफ साइलेंट सीज. सिनेक्डोकी भी है कहीं ना कहीं और अलिट्रेशन भी है. Okay, look carefully about these options and go through these literary terms in detailed manner. I hope this question is clear to you, student. Let's know about other question, that which of the following written by the African American author Octavia Butler. See, African American literature hasn't been mentioned in your syllabus, but they have asked question from African American literature. So this year for this upcoming exam, you will have to read world literature on frequent basis in detailed manner. At least you should have an idea about representative author of this popular literature, right? So in your example, the 4 options has been given. The author has been mentioned in the question, that Octavia Butler. Fledgling, The Left Hand of Darkness, Parable of the Sower, The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. Choose the correct answer from the option given below. Let's know about Octavia Butler. As you know, Octavia Butler is important writer, and important work you can say is Kindred, Blood Child, and also Dawn is the give me 1 minute. Okay, so Octavia Butler is an African American writer who has written many notable works, many major works. Let's see about major works written by Octavia Butler. Kindred, very important work. Blood Child. Dawn is the first book in trilogy. This trilogy is very famous trilogy. Go through this Genogenesis series. Alternatively, it is called Lilith's Brood. Parable of the Sower, mentioned in your question, in your option. Fledgling, also important book written by Octavia Butler. Near of Kin, it is a kind of short story. You can see like Parable of Sower and Fledgling, these two, A and C, these two works are written by African American author Octavia Butler. Let's know about these two other works, The Left Hand of Darkness and The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. The authors of these two works is Ursula Krebar Le Guin. He was also an American author, she was also an American author, and she is best known for her works of speculative fiction. Student, you might have focused, you might have remembered speculative fiction I have discussed in last class. So she was known as, Ursula was popularly known for writing speculative fiction, and her notable works are, her major works are Earthsea, The Dispossessed, also The Left Hand of Darkness, The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. So these two works are by The Left Hand, B and D are by Ursula, okay, American author. I hope this question is also clear to you, student. And again, very important line appeared here, very important line, that I hold it true whatever befall, I feel it when I sorrow most, 'tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Very beautiful line stated by Alfred Lord Tennyson in the work In Memoriam. Okay, this question is very important, this line is very important. Repeatedly they have asked question from this line. If you will go through PYQs, you can see that this particular opening line has been asked for many times in the exam. Let's know about Alfred Lord Tennyson. As you know, elegy written in Country Churchyard by Thomas Gray. Read this elegy, it's really wonderful poem. Lycidas by John Milton. Gray, okay. Lycidas by Milton. In Memoriam of Arthur Hallam, who was a friend of Alfred Lord Tennyson, and in the memory of his friend, Tennyson has written the work In Memoriam. Okay, Pearl, it is a Gavanian kind of poetry. Gavanian poet has written this in Old English period or Middle English period. So let's know about Alfred Lord Tennyson. He was born in England in the year 1809. Tennyson studied at Trinity College, Cambridge, and see the name of his friend you should keep in your memory, that is Hallam. Many times they have asked this question as well, that in the memory of whom Tennyson has written the particular work In Memoriam. So it is Henry Hallam. His friend's name is Henry Hallam. Both of them were associated with a literary group known as Apostles. And Tennyson was also a poet laureate of England after the death of Wordsworth, and he became the poet laureate when Samuel Ruggles refused this post. T.S. Eliot called Tennyson poet of metric and melancholia. Again, important point, student, important statement you can take from here, that T.S. Eliot called Tennyson as poet of metric and melancholia. Melancholy, you know, sadness. The Defense of Lucknow is a ballad. As the first question on your screen was there from ballad. What is ballad? See, the example of ballad is the Defense of Lucknow. Take this point from here. If you will be asked which of the following work is an example of ballad, and if the Defense of Lucknow will be there, remember it is an example of ballad. Okay. So let's know about the works written by Tennyson. The work The Promise of May, poems chiefly lyrical. Read these poems 2 volume. The Princess a medley, very important, and the prominent line is there in the particular work The Princess a medley, that is the women is so hard upon women. सी औरतें औरतों की दुश्मन होती हैं, या फिर कहते हैं ना कि दो लड़कियों में कभी भी बनता नहीं है कंपैरेटिवली एक लड़का और एक लड़की में जितनी अच्छी बॉन्डिंग हो सकती है. This particular line has been stated by Tennyson in the work The Princess a medley, that the women is so hard upon women. Remember this. In Memoriam, which Tennyson has written in the memory of his friend Henry Hallam on the death of him, and it was tribute to his friend Hallam, right? And the original title of this particular work was The Way of the Soul. Very important, student, you can note here, you will be asked this question, what is the original title of the work In Memoriam? Remember, The Way of the Soul. Even they have asked this question many times. Okay, what is the, I hope you might have remembered the original title which I stated earlier in this session, that what is the original title of Pride and Prejudice. You have remembered? Yes, I hope you have remembered. I believe in you. I believe in your hard work. And I hope you all are there to listen me carefully. You all watch this session very carefully. क्योंकि ये सिर्फ ये जितनी भी एनालिसिस हो रही है सारे क्वेश्चंस की, वो आपके लिए हो रही है, आपके हित में हो रही है. ठीक है, तो आप अच्छे से देखो, जो भी रिकमेंडेशन, जो भी सजेशंस यहाँ से मिल रहा है, प्लीज़ रीड दैट. and the prominent line, the question that it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Very, very true line actually. Anyway, let's move to the another work, that Maud and Other Poems, Ode on the Death of Duke of Wellington. These are the famous works written by Tennyson. Again, very important, The Lotus Eater and Ulysses. Read this, very important poem. Also, Break, 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 Locksley Hall. Harold is the only play written by Tennyson, and he might have written another play. You can check that. So last question on your screen for today is, one side it has given literary term. See student, you can notice in this session only you have 3 questions from literary terms. So read Emma Chavram's very carefully, right? ड्रामेटिक आयरनी, क्योंकि आपके पास अभी टाइम भी है और पैसन भी है, जोश भी है, क्योंकि आपने अपनी जर्नी अभी स्टार्ट की है और आप सभी को, मुझे पता है आप सभी लगे हुए हैं ऑनेस्टी से, आप सभी को अच्छे जगह, अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी, इंडिया की टॉप मोस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी से एमए करने का सपना होगा आप सभी का। तो आप सभी मेहनत कर रहे होंगे, सभी के मन में ये चल रहा होगा कि कैसे मेहनत करें, किस तरह से प्रिपेयर करें खुद को कि एग्ज़ाम में, जो अपकमिंग एग्ज़ाम है जो कि अप्रैल मई में आप एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो, बहुत टाइम है अभी, उसमें आपसे जो क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए आपसे गलती ना हो, आपको लगे कि ये क्वेश्चंस इससे रिलेटेड मैंने कुछ ना कुछ तो पढ़ा है, ठीक है। तो एक साइड में ड्रामेटिक आयरनी है लिटरेरी टर्म में, एंथ्रोपोमॉर्फिज्म है, एपिक सिमिली है, बिल्डिंग्सरोमन है। स्टूडेंट, रीड these 4 literary terms from Emma Chavram's today only after this session, okay, and match this. As you know, dramatic irony, anthropomorphism, जो ह्यूमन की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक होती है वो एनिमल या गॉड को एट्रीब्यूटेड हो, उसको कहते हैं एंथ्रोपोमॉर्फिज्म। एंथ्रोपोमॉर्फिज्म का एग्जाम्पल है एनिमल फार्म, राइट? Animal Farm, you know who is the author of Animal Farm and 1984? Comment there in comment box student, author of Animal Farm and 1984, very important. Just go through these books as well. Epic Simile, you know, Bildungsroman, Oedipus, and एक साइड आपका लिटरेरी टेक्स्ट है जो कि ऑडिपस रेक, द ऑडिसी, एनिमल फार्म एंड जेन आयर। जेन आयर का जो सेकंड क्वेश्चन मैंने डील किया था, शार्लेट ब्रॉन्टी। गो थ्रू दीज नॉवेल्स, गो थ्रू दिस बुक्स। अगर शार्लेट ब्रॉन्टी का ये जो नॉवेल है जेन आयर आप पढ़ोगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि बिल्डिंग्सरोमन है, ड्रामेटिक आयरनी है या एपिक सिमिली है। आई होप यू विल सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन आफ्टर रीडिंग ऑल these 4 literary terms. Okay, so that's it for today's session student. I have you have enjoyed and you will learn so many facts. You will be familiar about many new sections mentioned in English literature portion. So keep learning and we will meet in next session, and I'll try to explain or analyze each questions in brief manner from next session, okay, because we are dealing only 10 questions in series, and although these questions, these options, this detailed analysis is really very important. बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स क्लियर हो रहे होंगे आपको, बहुत सारी नई चीज़ें आपको सीखने को मिल रही होगी, लेकिन फिर भी मैं कोशिश करूँगी कि नेक्स्ट टाइम से थोड़ा और ब्रीफ में हो, और आपको जो भी रिकमेंडेशन मिला है, जो भी सजेशंस मिला है, जो भी बुक आपको पढ़ने हैं, आप प्लीज़ पढ़ना। नेक्स्ट क्लास में मैं आपसे पूछूँगी भी, ठीक है? ओके, टेक केयर ऑफ़ योर सेल्फ स्टूडेंट, थैंक यू।